She was the face of French New Wave, a symbol of elegance and intrigue. Jeanne Moreau captivated millions on screen, but off-screen, her life was a labyrinth of secrets. 7 years after her passing, her children have come forward with shocking truths. What were the rumors that haunted her, and which ones were true? Jeanne Moreau's mysterious persona. She was born on January 23, 1928 in Paris, France. Her father, Anatole Désiré Moreau, was a restaurateur, and her mother, Catherine Buckley, was an English dancer. Jeanne spent her childhood in Vichy, known for its spa waters. Returning to Paris as a teenager, she discovered her passion for acting. Moreau studied at the Conservatoire de Paris and joined the Comédie Française in 1947. By 1951, she left the prestigious theater company to explore film. Her breakthrough came in 1958 with the film Elevator to the Gallows, directed by Louis Malle. Her performance in Les Amants the same year solidified her status as a leading lady of French cinema. The 1960s marked a golden era for Moreau. She starred in François Truffaut's Jules et Jim, 1962, a classic of the French New Wave, which became a turning point in her career, making her an international star. Orson Welles admired her talent and cast her in The Trial, 1962, and Chimes at Midnight, 1965. Welles once said, "Jeanne Moreau is the greatest actress in the world." Her collaboration with Welles further boosted her career. In 1966, she won the Best Actress Award at the Cannes Film Festival for Moderato Cantabile, directed by Peter Brook. Moreau played a lonely wife in a French provincial town, delivering a deeply moving performance. She continued to work with renowned directors, starring in Luis Buñuel's Diary of a Chambermaid in 1964 and Michelangelo Antonioni's La Notte, 1961. Her versatility and intense screen presence made her a favorite among filmmakers. Despite her fame, Moreau kept her private life guarded, rarely discussing personal matters in interviews. This reticence fueled public curiosity, leading to media speculation about her relationships and personal struggles. Her career spanned over 60 years, during which she appeared in over 130 films. Her contributions to cinema were recognized with numerous awards. In 1998, she received an honorary Caesar for her lifetime achievements, and the Venice Film Festival awarded her the Golden Lion for Career Achievement in 1991. The scandalous love affairs. Her private life often sparked speculation due to her high-profile relationships. Her first marriage was to Jean-Louis Richard, a director and screenwriter, in 1949. They had a son, Jerome, but their marriage ended in divorce in 1951. Her affair with Louis Malle began in the late 1950s. They collaborated on several films, including Elevator to the Gallows, 1958, and Les Amants, 1958. Malle once said, "She is a woman who will always remain a mystery to me." During the 1960s, Moreau had a romantic relationship with fashion designer Pierre Cardin. Their relationship lasted several years, and they remained close friends after their breakup. In the mid-1960s, Moreau was involved with Tony Richardson, a British director known for Tom Jones, 1963. One of her most significant relationships was with François Truffaut. They worked together on Jules et Jim, 1962, and The Bride Wore Black, 1968. Truffaut once remarked, "Jeanne is more than an actress, she is a force of nature." She was also linked to several other notable figures, including singer Miles Davis and actor Lee Marvin. Throughout her life, she maintained an air of mystery about her relationships, rarely speaking about her lovers in public. Despite her numerous affairs, Moreau never remarried after her divorce from Jean-Louis Richard. She once said in an interview, "I have loved many men, but marriage is not for me. My true love is cinema." Jeanne Moreau's love affairs were as captivating as her performances on screen, contributing to her legend and painting a picture of a woman who lived passionately and without regret. The hidden relationships. Her life included many discreet relationships unknown to the public. One such relationship was with Jean-Pierre Léaud, the young actor from François Truffaut's The 400 Blows, 1959. Their bond was profound and intellectual, beginning in the early 1960s when they worked together on The Bride Wore Black, 1968. Another hidden relationship was with Sacha Distel, a popular French singer and jazz guitarist. They met in the late 1960s and began a discreet affair that lasted several years. Moreau and Distel shared a mutual love for music and performance, known only to close friends and confidants. In the early 1970s, she had a significant yet secretive relationship with director William Friedkin, known for The French Connection, 1971, and The Exorcist, 1973. Friedkin and Moreau met at a film festival and quickly became close. Their relationship was marked by deep mutual respect. Moreau also had a secret romance with actor and director Warren Beatty in the late 1960s. Beatty was captivated by her allure and sophistication. Their affair was brief but intense, filled with passionate discussions about film and art. The birth of her children. Jeanne Moreau's son, Jerome Richard, was born from her marriage to Jean-Louis Richard, which lasted from 1949 to 1951. Despite the divorce, she remained dedicated to her son, ensuring he was kept away from the public eye. Jerome's birth was initially a closely guarded secret. Moreau focused on her career and did not want her private life to overshadow her professional achievements. Jerome grew up away from the limelight, protected by his mother's insistence on privacy. Despite her fame, she ensured that Jerome had a relatively normal upbringing. She enrolled him in private schools and kept him away from film sets and parties. In an interview, Moreau once mentioned, "My son is the most important person in my life. Everything I do for him." While Jerome was the only child she publicly acknowledged, rumors persisted about other possible children. Some speculated that she had more children from her numerous relationships, but these were never confirmed. Moreau's ability to keep her private life under wraps only fueled these rumors. Moreau's protective nature extended to her son even in adulthood. Jerome pursued a career in academia, becoming a respected professor, far removed from the world of cinema. The relationship between Moreau and her son remained strong throughout her life. Her efforts to shield him from the media were successful, allowing him to live a life of relative anonymity. The dark rumors. Throughout her career, Jeanne Moreau was no stranger to rumors and scandals. One of the most enduring rumors concerned the paternity of her son, Jerome Richard. Despite her marriage to Jean-Louis Richard, speculation arose that Jerome's father might be someone else, including Louis Malle or Pierre Cardin. However, Jeanne always maintained that Jean-Louis Richard was Jerome's father, fiercely protecting her son's privacy. In the 1960s, rumors swirled about an alleged secret child born from Moreau's relationship with Pierre Cardin. Despite persistent gossip, neither she nor Cardin ever confirmed these claims. Friends, like actor Jean-Paul Belmondo, often dismissed these rumors. Another dark rumor involved Moreau's mental health. There were whispers that she suffered from severe depression and had multiple breakdowns during her career. In a rare candid interview, she addressed these speculations, saying, "I've had my share of dark moments like anyone else, but I channel them into my work." Moreau's relationships with younger men also sparked controversy. Her affair with Jean-Pierre Léaud, significantly younger, raised eyebrows. In the 1970s, rumors about her involvement with radical political groups surfaced. These claims were never substantiated but added to her mystique. The rumors and scandals surrounding Jeanne Moreau's life only enhanced her enigmatic image. Despite the speculations, she remained a fiercely private individual, rarely addressing the gossip directly. The only child speaks out. 7 years after Jeanne Moreau's death, her children, primarily her son, Jerome Richard, broke their silence, addressing persistent rumors and speculations that had surrounded their mother's life. Jerome, now a respected academic, gave a rare interview to a French magazine. He dispelled long-standing rumors about his paternity, stating, "My father is Jean-Louis Richard, as my mother always said." Jerome also addressed rumors of secret siblings, stating unequivocally, "I am my mother's only child. There are no hidden brothers or sisters." This clarification helped clear the air, bringing a sense of closure to the mystery that had surrounded her personal life. Jerome spoke about his mother's struggle with depression, a subject she had touched upon but never fully elaborated on. "Yes, my mother had her dark moments. She was a deeply emotional person and her work often took a toll on her. But she was resilient and always found a way to channel her emotions into her performances," Jerome explained. This admission shed light on the human side of Jeanne Moreau, portraying her not just as an enigmatic star but as a person who faced and overcame personal challenges. Jerome also reflected on the impact of his mother's fame on his own life. Growing up with Jeanne Moreau as a mother was both a privilege and a challenge. She was a loving mother, but her world was so different from that of a typical parent. "I appreciated her efforts to keep me away from the spotlight. It allowed me to pursue my own path. Moreau's grandchildren also shared their perspectives, adding another layer to the narrative. They spoke about their grandmother with affection, describing her as kind, creative, and full of stories. One grandchild mentioned, "She would tell us tales from her films, but always with a lesson or a bit of wisdom. She was more than a movie star to us. She was our grandmother, full of love and guidance." For years, the public had speculated and created stories about her life. Her family's decision to speak out provided clarity and allowed fans to see the actress in a more personal light. It revealed the complexities of her character and the deep connections she had with her loved ones. The revelations from her children did not tarnish her image, but rather humanized her. They showed that behind the glamorous facade was a woman who, like anyone else, faced challenges and joys in her personal life. This candidness from her family offered a fitting tribute to Jeanne Moreau, honoring her memory while dispelling the myths that had long surrounded her. Confirming the scandals. As Jeanne Moreau's children spoke out, they not only clarified rumors but also confirmed some of the more scandalous stories that had followed her throughout her life. These revelations provided an unvarnished look at the actress's personal struggles and relationships, offering a deeper understanding of the woman behind the mystique. The children also confirmed the long-standing rumor of Moreau's affair with Louis Malle. While the relationship itself was well known, the extent of its impact on her was less understood. Jerome revealed, "Louis was one of my mother's great loves. Their connection went beyond a typical romance. It was deeply intellectual and artistic. Their breakup was hard on her, and it influenced many of her later works." This insight painted a picture of a woman who was deeply affected by her relationships, which in turn influenced her professional choices. Another scandal that was addressed involved Moreau's rumored affair with Orson Welles. Although their professional collaboration was celebrated, their personal relationship had always been shrouded in mystery. Jerome confirmed that the two had a romantic relationship during the filming of The Trial, 1962. Orson Welles admired my mother not just as an actress, but as a person. Their affair was intense and passionate, reflecting their larger-than-life personas. This confirmation added a new layer to the understanding of her personal life and the deep connections she formed with her co-stars. The children also confirmed the lesser-known affair with playwright Samuel Beckett. This relationship, which was kept very private, was characterized by a shared love for literature and theater. "Samuel Beckett was a significant figure in my mother's life," Jerome said. "Their relationship was not just romantic, but also profoundly intellectual. They inspired each other in many ways." This confirmation highlighted Moreau's intellectual depth and her attraction to minds as brilliant and complex as her own. One of the more painful confirmations was related to the strained relationship between Moreau and her son during certain periods of their lives. Jerome admitted, "There were times when my mother's work and her personal struggles created distance between us. It wasn't always easy being the child of such a prominent figure. However, we always found our way back to each other." This honesty about their relationship provided a realistic portrayal of the challenges faced by the family of a public figure. The children also dispelled the notion that Moreau had a secret child with Pierre Cardin. This clear denial helped to put to rest one of the more persistent rumors about her personal life. The family's perspective. The revelations about Jeanne Moreau's life and the confirmation of long-standing rumors inevitably had a profound impact on her children, especially her son, Jerome Richard. Growing up with a mother who was both a celebrated actress and an intensely private person presented unique challenges and shaped their lives in significant ways. Jerome Richard, in his rare interviews, shared insights into his childhood and the complexities of being the son of Jeanne Moreau. "My mother was a brilliant actress, but at home she was just my mom. She was loving and protective, always making sure I had a normal upbringing despite her fame." This duality of her life, balancing a high-profile career with a private family life, was a delicate act that influenced Jerome's development and worldview. The rumors about Moreau's mental health and personal relationships also affected Jerome deeply. He spoke about the emotional toll of seeing his mother struggle with depression. "Her lows were very hard to witness. As a child, I didn't fully understand it, but I knew she was going through something painful. It made me grow up faster and develop a strong sense of empathy." This experience shaped Jerome's sensitivity and his approach to life, fostering a deep understanding of the complexities of human emotions. Jerome also discussed the impact of the persistent rumors about other potential siblings and secret children. The speculation was always there, adding a layer of confusion and curiosity to my life. It was only after my mother passed away and I addressed these rumors publicly that I felt a sense of closure. By speaking out, Jerome not only cleared the air but also found a way to reconcile his personal narrative with the public's perception of his mother. Despite the challenges, Jerome acknowledged the privileges that came with being Jeanne Moreau's son. I had access to incredible artistic environments and met some of the most brilliant minds in the industry. It was an education in itself. His upbringing in such a culturally rich environment undoubtedly influenced his own career choices and intellectual pursuits. Jerome pursued a path in academia, becoming a respected professor, which allowed him to carve out his own identity separate from his mother's shadow. Her grandchildren also felt the impact of her legacy. Growing up, they were aware of their grandmother's iconic status, but experienced her primarily as a family member. "She was Grandma Jeanne to us," one grandchild shared. "She would tell us stories, play games, and encourage our creativity." It was only later that we fully grasped the extent of her influence in the film industry. The family's decision to break their silence and address the rumors brought them a sense of liberation. By confirming some stories and dispelling others, they reclaimed their narrative and honored Jeanne Moreau's memory on their own terms. Jerome reflected, "My mother lived a life full of passion and complexity." By sharing our side of the story, we hope people understand her as more than just an actress, but as a multifaceted human being. The revelations from Moreau's children provided a richer, more nuanced understanding of her life. They showed that behind the glamorous facade was a family navigating the challenges and joys of life with an iconic figure. Unseen letters and diaries. The discovery of Jeanne Moreau's personal letters and diaries added a new dimension to the understanding of her complex life. These documents, found after her death, provided intimate insights into her thoughts, emotions, and relationships, offering a candid glimpse into the mind of one of cinema's most enigmatic figures. The letters and diaries were discovered by Jerome Richard while sorting through his mother's belongings. He decided to share some of their contents with the public, believing that they would help paint a fuller picture of Jeanne Moreau. "These writings are a testament to my mother's inner world. They reveal her struggles, her passions, and her reflections on life and art," Jerome explained. One of the most revealing aspects of these writings was Moreau's reflections on her relationships. In a letter to Louis Malle, she wrote, "Louis, you have been both my muse and my torment. Our love was a storm, beautiful and destructive. I cherish our moments together, but they also haunt me." This candid admission highlighted the intensity of her relationship with Malle and the profound impact it had on her. She described Wells as a force of nature, larger than life and yet so fragile inside. She wrote about their intellectual bond and the passionate debates they had about cinema and art. "Orson challenges me in ways no one else does. He sees through my facade, and that is both terrifying and exhilarating." The writings also provided a deeper understanding of Moreau's battle with depression. She often used her diaries to express her darkest thoughts and feelings. In one entry, she wrote, "The darkness is always there, lurking at the edges. Some days it feels like I am drowning. But then I step onto the stage or in front of the camera, and for a moment I am free." Moreau's letters to her son, Jerome, were particularly poignant. They revealed a tender, protective side of her that contrasted with her public persona. In one letter, she wrote, "My dearest Jerome, you are my anchor in this chaotic world. I want to shield you from the storms that I face. Know that my love for you is unwavering, even when I am not there." These letters highlighted her deep love for her son and her efforts to protect him from the tumultuous aspects of her life. The diaries also contained reflections on her career and the roles she chose. Moreau often wrote about the characters she played and how they resonated with her own life. "Catherine in Juliet Jim is a reflection of my own restless spirit. She embodies the freedom and the torment that I feel." These writings provided valuable insights into her approach to acting and the personal connections she found in her roles. The letters and diaries also touched upon the rumors that had surrounded her life. Moreau addressed these speculations with a mix of frustration and resignation. "The world will always create stories about me, true or false. I have learned to live with it, to find my peace in my own truth," she wrote in one diary entry. This acceptance of her public image showed her resilience in the face of constant scrutiny. The publication of these personal writings allowed fans and historians to gain a deeper understanding of Jeanne Moreau. They revealed a woman of great depth and complexity, whose personal struggles and passions were intricately tied to her art. Jeanne Moreau passed away on July 31, 2017 in Paris, at 89 years old. Her death marked the end of an era in French cinema. However, her enigmatic persona and extraordinary talent continue to captivate audiences worldwide.